Hello students, I'll be taking organizational behavior for this semester. I'll be taking you the first chapter of organizational behavior, that is introduction to organizational behavior and personality. Okay. Now, before getting into the concept of organizational behavior, let us divide this word organization and behavior. Organization refers to any of the company where two or more members join together and start a business. It is an institution, it is an organization wherein the social system or the people get together and invest their money and starts a business. So when the business has been started, when they start the business, it consists of people, structure and assets. Now, when we talk about the people, there are different kinds of people. I mean, different with a different behavior, with a different attitude, with a different education level, with a different status, with a different positions in the organization. So each and every individual is different in terms of their attitude, in terms of their behavior, in terms of the level of knowledge they have, etc. Okay, so here organization and behavior are combined together. It means in a company, how do the people behave, how do they act, why do they behave like that? All this we are going to study under the organizational behavior. That is a study of human system or study of people in the organization. So the word behavior, if we add to the organization, it is nothing but how do the people behave in the social system of the company or the institution. Okay, let us know the introduction part of organizational behavior. All organizations are basically a social system consisting of people, structure and productive assets. So any organization, these three things are very important. That is people. Without people, the company or organization cannot run its business, cannot do its activity. So people is must in the organization. Structure means how the instructions and responsibility flows in the organization from top to the bottom and bottom to the top or middlemost, who is in the top structure, who is in the middle, who is in the bottom, like that. Then productive assets, they need an assets like building, furniture, machinery, then current assets, all the combination of all those things, we call it as a organizational behavior or an organization. It is not a behavior, it is an organization. So if you see any of the institutions, whether it is a business organization or an educational institution or it may be a government department, these are run by the people. If you exclude the people from these organization institution, there's no meaning for it, because the people are the one who work there and who give a productive assets or a returns to the end users. So the people's role in an organization is very important. Now, in an organization, it is also called as is a combination of 5 M's. Now, what is this 5 M's is men, money, material and money, material and management. It is a combination of 5 M's: men, machine, material and management. So all these comes together: men, money, machinery, material is here, material and management. So it is called as 5M. Men is required, money is required, machinery is required, materials are required and management. If we combine together, we call it as a organization. As a human element is a key factor, the performance of the individual has a greater impact as an organization. Individual performance is reflected in the form of behavior, interaction with others and within the outside organization. Okay, so as I've told you, human element is very important in organization. There are 5 M's, but we are concentrating on men, that is human beings, the people who work in the organization. That is individual performance. Now individual performance is based on his behavior, his interaction with within and outside the organization. How does the person behave? If he is being appointed as a supervisor in a particular department, how do he behave with his colleagues? How do he act with the responsibility given by his manager? How do he react? How do he behave within and outside the organization? Thus, organization performance and organization image depend on the performance of its members and their behavior towards the inside and outside. Inside in the sense with the employees, and outside with the sense customers and suppliers. So human behavior is nothing but the study of how why people behave as they behave, help the manager to extract maximum results from the people. So let us see what is the next part of introduction, that is understanding the human behavior has assumed a greater significance for the manager for managing the people effectively. In other words, knowledge about why people behave as they behave helps the managers to extract maximum results from people's efforts for accomplishing organization goals in an effective manner. In order to achieve those goals, like to achieve their performance, the human role is very important. If you human has to be work properly, he has to behave properly in the organization, with the top level, with the bottom level, and to the lower level. Okay, now let us go to the next one, that is meaning and definition of organizational behavior. Let us see what is the meaning of organization behavior. Organization behavior is concerned with the study of human behavior at work. In other words, organization behavior is a study and application of knowledge about how people as an individual, as a group, or behave or act in an organization. In the organization, we are going to study the how do the human behave at work, because a person's behavior changes with a changing situation. At home, the person may be different. In the office, the person may be different. In the public, the person may be different. In any of the functions, if you see the person is different. Not in the look wise, I am telling you, it is about the behavior wise. Okay, so behavior, in organization behavior, we study a person, how do he behave as an individual. If he is alone, if some work is assigned to him, how do he do, how do he act, how do he talks, how do he behave with his colleagues. And as a group, if you any group activity is given, if any project is given to a particular group, how he performs, what is his role, how do he do the work, and how do he behave in the organization is studied in the organizational behavior. Now let us see the definition given by the different authors. One is Robbins. According to him, the study that investigates the impact that individual groups and structure have on individual within the organization, and for purpose of applying such knowledge towards improving organizational effectiveness. So this is a study, as I've told you, as an individual, as a group, as in a structure, how do the person behave for the effectiveness. Next, according to Alberg and Brief, organization behavior is a branch of social science that seeks to build theories that can be applied to a preceding understanding and controlling the behavior in the organization. So behavior, understanding the person is very important, because once you understand, he is able to give his best towards the organization. If a person sitting next to you doesn't talk to you, you may not be mentally proper, or you may not be happy person on that particular point to do the work effectively. So what is the kind of changes in the behavior you can find with the person sitting next to you? Why do he behave like this? So if you are able to solve this, then he may be able to give his best towards the organization. So organization behavior is concerned with the study of how and why people behave in the organization, and how their behavior affects the performance of the organization. Why the person behave like this and how does it affect the performance of the organization? All those we will study in this organization behavior concept. To say overall, organization behavior is a study of human behavior. That is, how the people as an individual, as in a group or in a structure act in an organization. Because the people who plays a very important role in the organization. If the people does the work more effectively, in a happy environment with good intentions, then what happens is a company grows. When a company grows, a company earns profit and it will be a long term or a future prospects of the business. So making people, and why and how do the people behave in the organization is a study where we are going to do here under organizational behavior. Let us see the next one. It is regarding characteristics of organization behavior. Let us see the characteristics of organization behavior, that is an applied science. What is this applied science? An organization behavior is a study of human behavior, human study of a person or an individual as a group or as an individual or as a structure. In order to study a particular person, because each and every person is different, if you if you take into account age wise or youngsters, old age and children, each this division will have their own way of behaving. Even generation wise, if we take the behavior is entirely different. So in an organization, the research, it consolidates the research studies as human behavior and applies in the organization settings to solve the problems pertaining to human behavior at work. See, there is a lot of problems in the organization because of human beings. That is a relationship between the colleagues or the lower level and the top level. It may not be a proper, or there may be some confusions and like that. So these problems can be solved by studying the person. If you know that person very well, you know how he behave in the organ. Why do he behave like this? If a person, for example, I'm giving one person, a person when he joins the organization, he was very active. He used to involve in every activity of the organization and he used to give a valuable suggestion. Suddenly, after 1 year of his work, he was not as active as he was earlier. He was not behaving properly with his colleagues, his manager or his this. So that is a problem for the institutions or to the organization, because he is not able to give his best to the organization. So there might be some of the problems. So you want to study the person. That is called as science. You have to apply the research, study the mentality of a person, counsel the person and know the reasons why the person behave differently in the organization. So that is applied science. You have to apply the science. You have to apply the research method or different techniques to know the person and find out what is the real problems to and solve those problems so that it will be helpful for the organization. Okay, so that is what solve the problems pertaining to the behavior at work. Unlike the pure science, organization behavior concentrate an application of concepts and theories in the organizational situation or in controlling conditions and validate them hypothesis. Like theories, different techniques, theories are there of organization behavior to know the person. You will be studying eventually in the next few chapters. So where you will know what is theories of organization behavior, where one of the thing is applied science. Science is being used in organizational behavior. Next point is both normative and value centered. Now normative is both normative and value centered. Organization behavior is normative. Now what is the meaning of normative is it is stating a particular rules for behavior. Okay, there is a rules for how do you behave in the or how you must behave in the organization. And value center, value means you value that Like for example, when any lecturers enters the class, you have to stand up and wish them. Okay, that is what we say, it is a norms or it is a rules of behavior. When a college reopens, there will be orientation session, wherein you will be told how you must behave in the class, how you should respect your lecturers, like that. In the organization point of view, when they join the organization, there will be some normative values, like a particular rules of behavior or the value judgment. They will judge you. They'll give you the timings, at what time you should be present in the organization, and how you should greet your colleagues, how you should behave with your seniors, your juniors, etc. And as a it is organization behavior is both normative as well as value centered. As a normative science, organization behavior suggests the cause and effect of relationship. What is a cause and what is the effect? If if you don't behave properly, if you don't greet your colleagues, if you don't respect your what is the cause of it? If you don't respect your seniors, okay, you don't listen to your instruction, what is the reason for that? Okay, so that has to be found out, and the research can be done to that of a particular person, counseling can be done. And what is the effect? If he doesn't respect, if he doesn't behave properly with his seniors, he may not be doing his work properly, he may not accomplish his responsibility properly. So that is the effect of the relationship. So that has to be found, and that should be acceptable to the society. Thus, what is the acceptable to the society or to the people concerned is more matter of value. Now, this is value centered. Value centered means you value the things. It is more useful. Like behavior between the colleagues, top level and equally to the bottom level, is both are important. Important is nothing but the value centered. Value centered, you value both top level as well as the lower level. So that is organization behavior takes into account normative, that is stating the particular norms of a behavior, how do you behave, rules of behavior, and you value those rules and regulations of behaving in the organization. The positive science explains the suitable dimension of cause and effect, but will not suggest the value-loaded prescription. Thus, organization is said to have both value-centered and normative science. So, organization behavior, you should value that. Value means the usefulness. You should know that when your behavior is in the organization, you must value it. If you respect your elders or your seniors, that is a value you are giving, importance you are giving. Normative, for instance, your behavior with them, greeting with them, talking with them, sharing problems with them, not personal problems, organizational problems. If any, it is sharing with them. So the cause and effect is being shared under organizational behavior. Okay. So today I'm going to discuss you only about the 2 points of organization behavior. In the next recording, I'll be sending you the remaining points of characteristics of organizational behavior. Thank you.